Thank you for participating in the Community Foundation Virtual Candidate Forum. Can you please briefly introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Seth Brigham. I've lived in Boulder since 1983. I came to the university and never left. I've been here 26 years, and I guess my platform is based on sharing resources and protecting the environment, but you can find out more and plenty of answers to questions about this campaign and what the future holds at www.notesfromthequietroom.com.
Tell us about your personal involvement with Boulder County nonprofit community.
Well, I have a two-way relationship with nonprofits. I have a mental illness, and due to that, I need services from the mental health center in Boulder, so I make use of their services. And I also help out the Chinook Clubhouse, which is a mental health clubhouse. I'm kind of a member somewhat. I don't attend it there, but I often go to the university and speak to students or at the police department and talk about my personal experiences to humanize mental illness and to help the police understand how to deal with the mentally ill on the street in case there's a conflict. Let's see. I also have given out, I'm a photographer, so I've given some gifts to Chinook to auction off or sell, and I actually have a photo that's going to be on a Medicaid handbook for the mental health center. Other than that, I have a personal friend, Sheila Fortune, and she runs the Fortune Foundation, so I pretty much just help her out. There's a Christmas gift wrapping, and I help around the grounds and take care of our animals sometimes. Other than that, outside of Boulder County, I'm interested in the Yurt Foundation. That's something when I was a teenager, I would go up to northern Maine and help out in protecting the forest. There's about 2,000 acres where the Yurt Foundation is, and that foundation is about preserving indigenous crafts and simple ways of living.
The Community Foundation has identified a lack of diversity in representation both among elected officials and among nonprofit leadership. How can the city increase its inclusiveness, particularly in hearing from marginalized community members?
Well, specifically, we all know about the ballot that didn't pass the last election as far as commissioners and boards, and I support that any legal resident that's been in Boulder for 1 year to be allowed to serve on those boards and commissions. That's one thing. But to find leadership is difficult. As far as nonprofits like myself, finding leadership with those who you serve, I think that would be great if you were able to. Often people like me get benefits from a nonprofit, and then they realize they want to help that nonprofit. Other than that, there's internships. I know some nonprofits. I think Community Foundation gives out grants for leadership education. So that's a difficult thing. How to get the underrepresented represented, because it's hard. It's just hard in general because we have a minority population, and I'm not sure exactly if there's any group or persons that you would consider the leadership of that group that could be helpful. But working with other nonprofits. But that's about all that I have to say on the subject.
What are your ideas on addressing volatile sales tax revenues, a portion of which is used to support local nonprofits?
Well, it's unfortunate about sales taxes, but I think that Boulder is too heavily based on sales taxes, so I would say find some other ways of getting revenue, and I actually think that Boulder really doesn't even bring up the option but a local income tax. I think it would be great if the citizens, the residents of Boulder, took some responsibility rather than pushing on tourist dollars and retail trade. That they have a stake in the community, and why there shouldn't be an income tax, I don't know. But there are other ways to get funds, but with fees and tax levies on industry and commercial. But I think really that, for me, I think that we should start discussing an income tax.
Anything else you would like to share with the nonprofit community?
No, that I've enjoyed, or I've been lucky enough to be assisted by the Mental Health Center, because I have had a great family support. And my parents are now passed away, but especially now that they passed away, to have like a nonprofit like Boulder Mental Health Center there for me is great. And so I appreciate nonprofits, and so I also, in my small little way, would like to assist those that personally affect me.
Thank you very much.